Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. For those of you guys who are new here, my name is Mon, and please ignore the mic. I don't really have a better setup for this, but I do have a new mic. This won't be here for like the main setup portion of the video. It's just gonna be here while I talk. It's been a year since I last posted, and I suppose I'm finally back. I will give you guys a live update while I set up the bullet journal, so perhaps it might be like a time lapse, it might be like real time, I'm not too sure. But I will have a voiceover segment of me talking about what I've been doing this past year. But anyways, my planning system has experienced a lot of changes since the last time I shared it. And right now, what's working for me is my A6 bullet journal that also doubles up as a diary. I was using this for May and I'm down to the last few pages, so I thought it would be a good time for me to start a new journal. And I also made this really cute sticker. Oh, can you? Yes. I made this really cute I made this sticker for my cover, and like I've been doing this thing where my past two notebooks I've matched a sticker of mine to like the TCMC stickers, and the number 3 is like flowers kind of. So I thought of like making this, and this is like I printed this on a different paper material, so it is thinner than my other stickers, but I'm really excited to use this. I also made this sticker sticker sheet, and I don't have a sticker cutter, so I will be hand cutting all of this individually. So that's that. But I really wanted to make a sticker sheet, and so I drew this, and it's so cute. Well, I think it's really cute. You might not think it's cute, I don't know, but yeah, I have a little tiger because, in case you've missed it, on my art account, my profile picture is of a tiger, and I really like tigers. So I guess this is kind of my mascot. So this will be what I use for the January bullet journal setup. January? It's June. This is for my June bullet journal setup, which is also my birthday month. So we have this. The voiceover segment of me will be a live update, and then I will catch you guys at the flip through. Welcome to the voiceover segment of this video. While you guys watch me set up this bullet journal, I'm gonna talk about everything that has happened in my life since I last posted. If you don't really care to listen to me talk about my life, feel free to mute the video and listen to whatever you want to listen. But if you would like to get a live update, here it is. First things first, I graduated university. I did a bachelor's of communications with a double major in news media and in public relations. And because of credit exemptions, I only had to do 15 modules. But the problem is I had to finish 15 modules in 16 months. That's like approximately one module per month. Not even approximately. One of the modules was like the same weightage as 2 modules, like the big project. So technically it is really like one module a month, although it was like grouped up in 4s, and each trimester was like 13 weeks, give or take. And then like the breaks were like 3 weeks each. So really all I've been doing this whole time is just assignments. It's honestly pretty much everything that I did. I would stay at home, do my assignments, and I didn't really have much of a social life. And the thing about my degree is that I had a lot of assignments that required me to make content. And so I have been making a lot of content. It's just that like I've not made it for YouTube. My audience was just my lecturers. So it doesn't feel like I've stopped making content. But I guess like the personality aspect of my content is not really there anymore, like with the ones that I made. But like I had a lot of fun. I think the only issue that I really had with uni was like how cramped it was, but I guess that's really just how it is. I had a lot to do and not enough time. But if I had more time, I think I would have like thoroughly enjoyed a lot of the things more. Like some of my favorite assignments, Some of my favorite assignments, like I got to write like articles. Like when I was younger, I wanted to be a journalist, and like I know a journalist's life is not cut out for me. But I had so much fun writing articles for like my contemporary journalism. We had one module where we had to make short films, which was really fun. And like my big group short film, we did like this horror film thing, and I had so much fun editing it. And one of my friends who wasn't part of the group even said that like if she had watched that at night, she would be afraid. And I think that's the highest form of compliment anyone has ever given me. Like a short film that I edited is scary enough. Fun things. I also had like an assignment where I had to make like a podcast episode, which was really fun. And like my friends and I have been thinking about like podcasting. And like I really enjoyed everything that I was doing. The only downside is that I did not have time to like exist outside of being a university student. I didn't even want to celebrate my birthday last year because all I could think about were my due dates. Like that's how like how much stuff I had to do. And outside of school, really the only thing that has been going on in my life was me like trying out new medication for my ADHD. I've spoken about my ADHD before, so I don't think that's new information, but I was previously taking like stimulants, and I realized like it's really not like working well in like a I would like to be able to like function every day, but I cannot take stimulants every day. It was just like my body reacted weirdly, I guess. And now we finally landed on like a non-stimulant, which has been working really well. I am like sleepy a lot, but I don't think that's really like uncommon for me. I am tired a lot. So I take this non-stimulant at night and I sleep well now. Instead of staying up late at night trying to fall asleep because my stimulants were working for like a full day instead of like 8 hours like it was supposed to. Aside from my ADHD, I very recently, and by very recently I mean like beginning of May, also got diagnosed with OCD. And so I've also very recently started medication for that, and like I think a lot of things in my life make sense now that I have the OCD diagnosis as well. Like I'm realizing that a lot of my severe anxiety goes beyond anxiety and falls into OCD. Like it's really not normal to spend an entire day spiraling over a singular intrusive thought. Did you know that? Because I recently figured that out. And yeah, like honestly, shout out to Lil Simsy for talking about her experience getting diagnosed, because that made me reflect on a lot of the things that I do. And I realized it's really not normal to like feel contaminated for like 3 days just because your fingers slightly grazed the floor. So yeah, that's I got diagnosed. And my psychiatrist was like, it's really common for like people with ADHD to also have OCD and anxiety and depression, and like I have a full package. So I've been like trying to like work out my contamination issues and my morality OCD. So things have been like, I guess, going in some direction. Outside of this, right now that I've graduated, technically I haven't had my graduation ceremony yet, but I honestly don't intend on going to the ceremony because you have to pay like $300 to like attend the ceremony, and like I might as well just like go out for lunch with my family or something. I'm not someone who's very extroverted, which I realized that like me trying my best to like put myself out there. Like in school I have like this whole persona where I'm like sat in front of, like at the very front, yapping to the teachers all the time, so much that like one of my lecturers genuinely thought I was extroverted. Bizarre concept. But I am very introverted, and like the concept of having to be on stage in front of however many people is not something I look forward to. So I think like the concept of a graduation ceremony itself is not really appealing to me. So I'm not gonna. There won't be like I won't attend the actual graduation, which is fine for me. I mean, I have a degree. That's all that matters to me. For someone who at some point in my life didn't even think I would ever try to go to university, the fact that I have a bachelor's degree, amazing. But now that I'm like out of, like I ended my final trimester in April, and May has really just been like figuring out what I'm trying to do with my life while also sleeping, because I was not getting enough sleep when I was in university. So I'm trying to catch up on it now, because like I I feel really weird saying like I feel burnt out when like emotionally I feel like I haven't done much. But like truly I think I've been in a state of burnout for Lord knows how long. And right now I think what I need to do is like actually rest, and not like half resting while like doing other things, like actually just 100% rest, so that I'm not in like this constant cycle of feeling like I'm so burnt out. Which like I feel like when like the difference, as a neurodivergent person, like when I say I'm burnt out, I mean like genuinely everything is so exhausting. When I haven't even done a lot of things, but like I'm just constantly exhausted because I'm trying to exert all of my energy into like survival. Which is kind of sad to say. But I think that's also part of the reason why like I stopped trying to like force myself to make YouTube videos. Not really like force. I started this channel because at that point I had nothing going for me, and like I had literally nothing going for me, and YouTube was the only thing that gave me any sense of familiarity or like any sense of normalcy in my life. And like at some point, because I was using up all of my energy on surviving university, as fun as I had, like I made friends, and like these are people that I cherish so much. I learned so much. I love learning, and I enjoyed the concept of a lot of my assignments. But like I exerted so much energy into like existing that like I at some point I had to like tell myself like it's not worth pouring out more than I can. Like you can't pour out of an empty cup. Like that's a common saying. My cup was already empty and I was still trying to pour out. And so at some point I had to like convince myself, maybe like take a break from YouTube. Like I didn't want to like fully give up, because I feel like I would be disappointing my younger self if I were to like completely give up on YouTube. But I think at that point I really really wanted to give up on doing this. Not that I have to do this, but like when I was younger I really wanted to. So I said, instead of me saying I've quit, I will take a break. And I suppose now I'm back, whether I'm going to be consistently posting or like slowly working my way back, I don't know. But I enjoy making content when I don't have like a million other things to worry about. And I would like to make content. I like sharing like the journaling stuff that I do, even though I don't. At some point, I like wasn't journaling so much. I enjoy sharing stuff on the internet. Not that great at it. Don't enjoy editing a lot, but I have fun, and I think I want to like have something to like work towards right now. And that being said, I've also been thinking a lot about like starting an art store. I did try at some point when I was younger, and like didn't really like go through with the idea. Like I had a lot of plans, and now a lot of people do like IRL people that I know do tell me like, hey, you should like consider selling your stickers, like you should consider selling your art. And I want to, and I think now it's like the best time for me to like actually start it. I am currently unemployed, and I do have like a few reasons why I'm not like looking for a job right now in this moment when I probably should. But like I'm getting my teeth pulled soon, a couple of my teeth, and like I don't want to like join a job and then like have like teeth pulled right after I join a job. So I think I want to like get my teeth situation settled first before I start job hunting. Which like even if I were to be job hunting right now, I think I want to try something part-time or like contract first to get some work experience before like throwing myself out into like the full-time world. I've had like bad experiences from my internship before, and like genuinely I am afraid of like corporate. And while there are like a lot of like PR related jobs that I can do, or like video editing, media stuff, all the things that I have trained for, I really would like to make an art career. And so before like I throw myself into the corporate world and get like an adult job, as the people would like to say, I mean running an art store is an adult job, but like I'm from Singapore and literally nobody takes you seriously if you do arts, which sucks. But like, you know, it is what it is, and I don't want to conform to like the expectations that like people of the country have of me. But like, if we're being realistic, I would eventually need to get something stable, unless the art stuff works out. Who knows? But I think right now, like, I'm taking a break, figuring out what I want to do with my life. Working my way through getting my teeth situation sorted out. I think it's a great time for me to like actually work on the art store and like actually like set it up and actually start running the store, because like once I start running the store, I can like do something part-time and contract while running the art store. And then like, you know, side hustle, main hustle. Now might be the great time. And like this sticker sheet that I made, I spent 20 minutes cutting. Bizarre, but I think I really am gonna invest in like a sticker cutter, maybe a card cut, because I know like a physical store here that sells a card cut. I don't know if there are any physical stores that I am aware of that sells silhouettes. I'm talking about Singapore. I don't know about other countries. Singapore. Maybe I'll get a card cut, because I'm trying to start an art career, but I already have carpal tunnel syndrome, which, you know, bad choices on my end, but like I really feel like I will regret it if I never try to like actually sell my art. Yeah, I think I might get like a Cricut so that I can like, is it Cricut or Cricut? I hear people say it both ways, but I don't know what the actual pronunciation is. Cricket? Cricket? Who knows? I've also been drawing more. And there are a lot of things that I want to get back into, and I've always loved art. Even in secondary school, I really, really wanted to to run an art store. Or like run my own business at least. And maybe in the upcoming videos, there will be like setting up an art store vlog. It will be online. That, yes. Aside from like the art store and like figuring out my employment situation, I also have been thinking a lot about like making gaming content, because like currently the biggest thing that I'm hyperfixating on is like games. And as of when I'm recording this, Paralives just came out, and I am really excited. I've been playing it. I'm definitely not the best. So there's still a lot for me to like learn. I'm not a great gamer. I wouldn't say that, but like I am like someone who enjoys games. I watch a lot of gaming content, and I think like right now I have like a vast majority of the content that I consume is entirely Lil Simsy's, like both her stream VODs and her YouTube videos. And I feel like I would love to make gaming videos. But the thing about like, well, is that if there's one thing I've learned in university, is that you must have a niche. And so like I'm really worried about like posting it here, because the niche of this channel is like art, journaling, lifestyle. Those are the things that I've been posting. I have like vlogs about things going on in my life, drawing videos, like art medium videos, journaling videos, though like my planner videos, not they do my planning videos have done really well, but like I don't know. But yeah, I like, you know, those like journaling, art, lifestyle, that is my niche. And I think it's already broad enough that I shouldn't like add another niche in here. And I'm thinking maybe I could potentially start a new channel. Is it a good idea for me to like start a second channel when I'm already not so consistent posting here? No, it's not. But it's also not a good idea for me to post gaming content here. And I really want to make gaming content, but I really don't know what to do. I'm not sure. Would you guys be interested? But I feel like the audience of this video are more so interested in like the journaling aspect. So I don't know if you guys would be interested in like gaming content. If you are, do let me know. Maybe eventually I will also make like a community post asking if people are interested. Happy Pride Month. I don't know if I've mentioned that. In case you're new here, hi, hello. My name is Mon. I'm bi. My pronouns are she, they, he. And if you're homophobic, please don't interact with this channel. Thank you. As of right now, I'm also like trying to be better about posting on Instagram. Not my main Instagram, unfortunately. I still haven't posted since last year. But my art Instagram, because I do really want to like grow in that aspect, like make more art, share more art, and then hopefully work on this art store that I've been planning. And shout out to all of my friends who have been encouraging me. And I really, really, really think if there's one thing that I want to like try, even if it fails, like I really want to try this. So that is it for this setup. If the decoration has changed, it's because I'm recording the flip through on a different day than the actual setup, because by the time I was done setting up the bullet journal. It was like the evening. I spent like 3 hours on this, which is quite ridiculous. But I got really tired and I was like, I'm gonna just record the voiceover the next day, and I cleaned up the area, and yeah, so this is what I ended up with. And I do apologize if the camera is shaking a little. Hold on, I have the like fan like blasting, and I think the tripod might be shaking because of that, and I do apologize, but it is really, really hot. I'm from Singapore, in case you're new here, and the weather is unbearable. Also, I am using a new mic, so I don't know how well the mic works. But I'm also very sensitive to sound. So, there's that. Anyways, I will enough about that, but here's a flip through of everything that I did. I wouldn't have mentioned the supplies that I used, so I will mention it right now. But first and foremost, this is a Muji A6 grid notebook, which I absolutely love. The paper is very fountain pen friendly, and I use a lot of fountain pens because of my carpal tunnel syndrome, and because it's easier to like write with fountain pens. Like there isn't much of like strain on the wrist. This sticker, one that I drew, which I really, really love. This sticker is from the Coffee Monsters Co. TCMC. This was the 2025 monthly number stickers, I think, which I bought specifically to number my journals. So we have that. And this is our cover page, which I did last because I overthink this. Like, I overthink setting up the first page. So I thought if I were to do like the calendar page first and then get to this at the end, I would feel more comfortable decorating, which I did. Most of the stickers here, like the star sticker is this ribbon sticker, the flowers, these two stickers are and this washi tape, they're all from Daiso. This paper I believe is NBC Stationery's. This washi tape is TCMC. This cake Polaroid image thingy, I think it's from Shopee. I don't really remember what the shop was, but I believe it was Shopee. This is a horse that I painted for the Year of the Fire Horse, which I have the main illustration on in my binder, and then I scanned the piece and like tried to make a sticker out of the tiger. That's a horse, not a tiger. I'm so sorry. I made a sticker of the horse, and I wanted to put it in here because, you know, Year of the Horse. I've been in my horse girl era recently after finding out that I did in fact go horse riding when I was a child that I have absolutely no memory of, but there is photo evidence. So, horse. And this one is one of the stickers from the little tiger not really sticker sheet that I did. And then we have our January calendar, which I really like. It's not my usual style of decorating, but I think I've been like, as of lately, been more into like trying to use a lot of stickers. The sticker sheet color scheme was very pink, orange, blue. But I also do try to make like it somewhat pride theme every year, and so I have my pink, blue, purple stickers over there in hearts. I'm bi, in case you're new here. Happy Pride Month. I should mention that. Oh, I did. If you might have seen me like put stickers of like to like alphabet stickers for June, but then like I didn't like how the colors looked, and it's one of those stickers where you can't peel off, and it started like tearing the paper a little, so I kind of just like stuck this over. This paper I believe is Daiso. If it's not Daiso, it'd be NBC Stationery's. Um, this mile liner is cobalt blue, I think. No, I don't think it's cobalt blue. This is a mile liner, blue mile liner, brush pen. That is. I'll have the mile liner color on screen somewhere. This one is a pale pink pentel footed touch brush pen. This one's a yellow. That's not yellow. That is orange. This is the orange mile liner brush pen. This is a. I think it's lilac mile liner highlighter. Dark blue mile liner brush pen, yellow mile liner brush pen, and then this is the same pentel pink and orange mile liner. This washi tape I got somewhere in Penang back in 2019, which I don't know what part of Penang it is. I went on a holiday there before. I apologize if you can hear the noise outside. There's always something going on in the neighborhood. Um, but yeah, I don't know what shop exactly this was from, just somewhere in Penang, and I really like it. This is a Terabun sticker from shop ARL. I bought it when I bought the blind box last year for my birthday, which I love that I pulled my baby Terabun. Or I guess Tarabun. I don't know how it's pronounced. I would say Terabun, but I guess it's Taro. I'm not sure. Isn't she cute? Anyways, Winnie the Pooh washi tape from Daiso. I love Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh is my childhood favorite character of all time. And I have this really, really precious washi tape that I absolutely love. And so, since there's yellow in this spread, I thought, why not bring Pooh Bear here? Oh, I think I used a micron pen to draw the calendar. For the numbers, I used my Jinhao Shark fountain pen. It's a fine nib. It was inked up with Robert Oster's Blue Martini. And this was in my Jinhao 82. I think it's an extra fine. This one's an extra fine nib. And this one is Robert Oster's Cherry Blossom. These stickers are from the Coffee Monsters Co. This one I believe is also Daiso. This one's also Daiso. These also Daiso. The rest of the stickers are ones that I made, which I'm really happy how it turned out. And I'm so glad that this calendar sticker fits in this box. I actually did not measure it. I didn't know if it was gonna fit, but I'm really glad that it fits. Also, name day, because last year I did in fact legally change my name a week after my 21st birthday. So I am celebrating that. Honestly, I'm more excited about the name day than I am to turn 22, but you know, it is what it is. Also, this is the Father's Day sticker and this is the Lita sticker. This year, Lita falls on the same day as Father's Day. Well, I guess no, Father's Day falls on the same day as Lita. Lita is usually about the same time. I guess Father's Day is also about the same time. Well, eh. And the next page is something that I've been like very recently started doing. I have a bingo for like a big 5x5 bingo for 2026 in general, and then I started making like a 3x3 mini bingo for a month. And this is not like a goals list or like a to-do list. This is more of like a I would like to do this, and it's fun if I do this, but it's not like a necessity or like a I must do this. All of the stickers on this page were made by me. Same myliners. This one is also a myliner. It's a different blue. I accidentally used this. I meant to use this, and then I thought, you know what? I'll just use this to write June. So, move that. The lines, the box was drawn with a micron pen, I believe. Also 0.5, I think. The text inside the bingo was emoji felt pen, I think. But yeah, stuff that's here. Read Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare, which I read the Mortal Instruments series when I was like a teenager, and I've been procrastinating on reading The Infernal Devices for so long. And like, I bought Clockwork Prince like several years ago. I just like only very recently started reading it, which is ridiculous. So one of my goals this year is to like read 3 books, because for whatever reason I've been so bad at reading recently. I used to read so much as a kid, and just like now just don't. So I would love to read Clockwork Prince, which I am really excited about. I like very recently finished Clockwork Angel, which was the first book of the Infernal Devices. Yeah. Try a new recipe. One of my goals this year was to cook more and meal prep more so that I can eat better. And the thing that I learned this year is that I absolutely hate cooking. Especially like any dish that involves meat. And right now it makes sense. Like I right now I realize that like half of my fears with cooking meat is my contamination OCD. But like yeah, I don't know how this like meal prepping thing goes. I might turn vegetarian if I have to cook for myself every day. But I still really, really want to like eat better, eat healthier, and like rather than buying food, I would really, really, really love to like cook for myself. So I'm trying to try cooking, and I haven't like made a lot of things in general. I don't know how to cook a lot of things in general, so like trying a new recipe so that I can try something new. Post a YouTube video. Hopefully it'll be the one that you guys are watching right now. I haven't posted a video since August of 2025, so it's been almost a year. I've made a lot of videos for assignments and stuff. I would have talked about that, but I haven't posted on YouTube for like the public to watch, and so I would really love to do that. Try an art challenge. Oh my goodness, what are they doing outside? I have not been drawing much as I would like to, and so I would want to like try an art challenge so that I have more things to draw. Also like to post more on Instagram. Like I've been really bad about that, so I really would like to try an art challenge so that I can draw more. And instead of a free space, I thought I should put turn 22, because I will be turning 22 on the 9th of June. I don't know when I'm posting this video, so either I'm 21 as of when you're watching this, or I'm 22. Who knows? This one is blank because the thing that I want to put here is very, very personal, and I don't want to have to like, it's too much effort to try and like blur it out as I'm writing it, or like when I'm doing a flip through. So I'm just gonna like leave this blank. After I film this, I'll go and write this, but it is something very personal, so that's why it's blank. Watch Dungeon Meshi. I have been wanting to watch this anime for like a few months now, ever since AFK Journey had a collab with them. And I've like for many years been very bad about consuming content, like TV shows or dramas or movies or anything that I need to like sit down and pay attention to. And I have been like my friends watch a lot of animes, so my like list of things I need to watch has just been growing and growing. And so by adding one of my to watch items in here, like, maybe it'll incentivize me to like watch the show. In May, I watched Free Run for the first time, and I absolutely loved that anime. And I think I really should like get into anime more. That might have been like the first anime that I like actually like properly watched. I've watched like one episode of like another anime which I will not name, but I did not enjoy that. So I like really have not watched a lot of animes. But the list is long because my friends watch a lot and I would like to catch up because I know they enjoy it and I think I will enjoy it too. I just need to like actually commit to watching something. So, Danjan Mishi, write a future me letter. I write future me letters a lot. It's essentially like a letter you write to your future self and then you open the letter whenever you write it to. Every 31st of December, I write a letter to my next 31st December self, and that's like one of my very regular letters. Some more long-term ones I've done, like last leap day, I wrote a letter to the next leap day, which I did film a video. You guys should go watch that. I don't know if I filmed the part where I wrote the letter, but I was reacting to like questions I had for my previous leap day self. From my previous leap day self. So that's like the concept of future me letters. Recently, as I was cleaning, I found a letter that I never finished writing, and it was a letter to my 40-year-old self, like 40. I thought about continuing the letter, and then I also thought maybe I should write a letter to my 44-year-old self, which feels like a bizarre thing to say. I can't even imagine what my life will look like next year, let alone 22 years from now. But I think it'll be fun to, like, I turn 22, and then I write a letter to a version of me that exists 22 years from now. And I think it'll be really interesting for me to, like, be at that age, like 2 decades later, and, like, look back on things that I'm concerned about right now, things that I enjoy right now, things about my life right now, because I don't think I'm going to be remembering stuff that I did at 22 when I'm like 44. Again, bizarre thing to think about. I can't even imagine what my life will look like then. But I think it's really fun. Like in 2020, I wrote a letter for my 2025 self, and just 5 years, so much in my life has changed. And like the letter that I wrote for my 40-year-old self, that half written letter, like I started writing that 2 years ago. Within 2 years, so much of my life has changed. 22 years, that's a long time. I really am excited to do this because who knows what I'll be doing when I'm 44. I keep saying that. I just keep saying that because like, I cannot imagine myself at that age when I'm like very recently and like in my 20s. I'm very early in my 20s. But yeah, my last thing in the bingo is make something with clay. I recently bought like air dry clay. I did also buy polymer clay, but then I have not been able to locate UV resin, so I bought air dry clay because technically you don't need UV resin for that. And I've been wanting to like try different art mediums. I mostly do digital art, as you can see. Occasionally do traditional art. But there's not a lot of like crafty things that I do in like a like making things with my hand kind of way, and I would love to try clay. And because I have clay at home, I really want to like do something with it. I had this in my bingo in May as well, which I did not do, which is why it's in my June bingo as well. But that's okay. I will either do it or I won't. That's the fun of the bingo. It's not like a to-do list, but like it's nice if I get bingo. This page, I don't have much. I literally only have this sticker on here. And that's because I think this page is going to be like a master to-do list, or like a list of things I would like to actually finish this month. This is like a want to-do list. This is like a must to-do list, or like a should to-do list, I guess. And yeah, like I usually like have like master to-do lists on like random pieces of paper, and it's like a long of things that I want to do. I should not. It's a long list of things that I want to do. I really need to like be better about censoring myself. I should not be like swearing on camera. This is not good. I should be better peer trained. But yeah, that's this page. And then lastly, we have my weekly spread. On the left side of the page, I have like a horizontal weekly. This is more so of like things to write, events, or like a recap of the day. I don't the past few weeks when I have been doing this, I don't really like put to-do list items here. So that's why I have a what's this? A running to-do list. That's what this is called. This is like one of those things where it's like you can work on an item for like over multiple days. So like if I put something here, I can like I usually do like one line to like say that I did work on this but it's not complete, and then like a X if I complete it. So like you can you can work on something multiple days. These are my habits. My night routine. Create is like either write, draw, or like make something. It's not really like specified to what kind of creation, as long as I like be creative. Read. One of my main goals for June is to like read at least 10 pages a day, because I've been really bad about reading. And so that and meds, my medication. I take medication for my ADHD and OCD, so I do have an alarm to like make sure I take them, but I like to keep a habit tracker, like, you know, just to visually see that I did take it, because I am very forgetful and I will forget whether I've taken something or not, or if I've done something or not if I don't mark it down. But yeah, supplies wise, the lines, the running to do list one, I think is Muji 0.38 black pen, which I have in a Sarasa pen body. The pink is the cherry blossom Robert Oster ink. These are I think Pilot Iroshizuku Tsukiyo. I don't know how it's pronounced. I'm sorry if I butchered that. But this might look very similar to the numbers, but like on camera, but in person it is slightly different. This one is more blue, like a dark blue. This is like blue black, which is similar if you don't look too closely. But I wasn't really thinking too much when I like inked this up. I inked this up in my Jinhao 10. Yes, which my friend bought for me. Love that gift. This is a pink Pentel Fude pen. These lines were drawn with a typo dual end marker, I believe. Yes. This sticker I made. This sticker is TCMC. So that is it for this little flip through, I guess. Maybe I'll end on this page. I do apologize if like the book was like crooked throughout the entire thing. I am filming this in like a really weird setup. I might have a clip of like what the setup looked like the first time around I was filming this. So I usually don't film at this table. I usually film at my desk, but I really don't have a lot of desk space, so I'm filming on the coffee table. But yeah, this was my very long flip through. As of right now, I don't really have much of a plan for YouTube. I do have videos that I would like to film, but I think learning from my past video, my past mistakes, it's best if I don't promise a posting schedule. I am just getting back into making videos, and as much as I would like to be consistent, I don't know how it's gonna go. Um, yeah, that is it for this video. Comment bachelor if you made it to the end, because I just graduated with a bachelor's degree. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to catch you guys in my next one. Bye!